We've gone over the programs that you can use for data visualization and how data visualization can affect your business and why it's important to utilize it. What we are going to look at now is how you actually convert data into those visualizations to educate your customers, your peers, uh, or your coworkers. Uh, to create a visualization of data, you of course first need the data. There's many websites out there where you can get data sets for free. I am using Kaggle. I chose the top video games based on sales through from 1995 to 2021. There's data on pretty much anything that you could imagine, whether it's something you're curious about or you're wanting to learn how to use a data visualization tool. There's all kinds of things out there for that. So when you download your data set from that web page, it will download to your computer in a certain format. This one downloaded as an Excel sheet. So you'll go into Tableau and you can insert that data. This is how it shows up in the beginning. It's just a very basic table and breakdown of everything that was pulled in. So then you can go to these sheets and you can create different visualizations based on the different data points in the information that you have. So the first one that I made here is a graph based on comparing the sales throughout the years of different genres and comparing European sales, global sales, and North American sales. You can see visually from this graph that everyone seems to pretty like a lot of the same things. You can definitely see differences throughout the years, and those are very interesting to look at, but generally it's very similar. The previous one was a little bit more complicated, but you can use it to really narrow down data. There's about 7,000 different points of just the names of video games in this set of data. So it's really important to know how to narrow that down to get the thing that you're looking for at that time. So you can filter things like you can on a lot of other programs. So here we have only Nintendo. Go back and you can see the global sales of Nintendo throughout the years. This graph is a little bit more complicated, but it just shows how it can break down just very large amounts of data. So this is the release date of every Super Mario game and the global sales for that year. You would obviously not know the individual numbers for this, nor would you have a situation where you would need to tell someone the individual numbers. But you may have something similar where you want to show a trend um, of things that have happened over the years or sales in your business, and this can be used for that. A different way of showing large amounts of data is going to be a line chart like this where it overlaps so you can see those trends in the visualization of certain things, being more popular in the late 80s, and then just a spike of action video games after 2000, and sports. Those were very low early on. Here we have a visualization of global sales of video games based on the platform that they were used on. So this one's interesting because you can see the year that these things were created. And then here we have a bubble chart that shows different genres and the publishers. So you can see EA Sports, Konami, and that tracks with how popular those have been throughout the years. I highly recommend finding data that interests you putting it in a data visualization tool and learning that way.